3 standing by.
Red 6 standing by.
Red 9 standing by.
Red 2 standing by.
Red 11 standing by.
Red 5 standing by.
What's up, and welcome to another edition of the Sarlacc Digest, a podcast digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is our 5th episode being recorded on June 8th, 2017, which also brings us to 189 days away from The Last Jedi, so we're under that 200 mark finally. I'm Darth Moocher, and I'm here again, joined with the Fallen Fett, so why don't you go ahead and Ernie and tell us who's with us, man.
Hey guys, what's up? And once again, thanks for jumping in line again with us. We've been saving your place. Yep, the days are just counting down faster and faster and faster. And also in line with us today, as always, thanks Moocher. And we got Bootleg Joe. What up,
Take
Bootleg?
care now. Hi.
We got Darth Dad 77, the one and only.
Hey, everybody.
Also, we got Fives with us, a.k.a. Fanboy Mike.
It's like a jungle sometimes. I make you wonder when I meet you. I messed that whole thing up. Let me go back to the thing.
Yeah, right.
What's up? It's Fives. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes you wonder how you keep going.
Oh, you're going. Are you doing this?
Yeah,
I
you
thought
can
he
just
was-
keep
I thought
going
it
with
was a
that.
joke. I thought, he's going to rap for us here. So, wow. Okay, well, that was a great intro.
It was a good intro. So, yeah, as always, we're back in line. We got lots to discuss today. There's a lot that we keep getting hit with, speculations, a lot dropped as far as maybe some spoilers, maybe not. We got our own Darth Dad with some more reviews, and news-wise, what do we got, Moocher? Is there anything in the news going on? Let's get straight into it.
There's the abundance of news that we want to either get into or not. Is like there's a bunch of spoilers out there that, to me personally, really don't want to get into any kind of leaked plots or anything. I know a few guys here have already seen those leak plots, and I just want to know, if you're listening to this, be very careful of what you click on and when it comes to everything, because I remember back in Force Awakens, they had this huge leak plot, and I read it, and I was like, oh, bullshit, that's not going to happen, and 90% of it was true. So be careful what's out there. I just want to let you guys know that as far as news.
I understand that. Why?
Because this is more fun. This is more fun, speculating, theory crafting. If you had it in front of you, if you knew everything was going on as far as the movie, how is that fun when we're building up to this 189 days away of standing in line and doing all these things? And it's like, if we have it in front of us, we wouldn't podcast, no?
You sound like a fanboy.
I am.
Now, really, if it's just a supposed leak, is it
Sure.
really spoiling it? Did that 90% of the stuff that was true actually spoil it for you, Force Awakens?
It was the whole thing with the I was anticipating as I was watching The Force Awakens. As I was watching it, I was like, okay, that was in the spoiler. That, or the leaked footage and all that, or the leaked script and all that stuff. So I was anticipating. I didn't find myself like just watching, and I was like, oh shit, that was right. So it didn't ruin my experience, no, but it kind of, like, in the back of my mind, I was kind of always.
Then I feel really bad about the whole Leia going dark thing. Now you're going to be screwed up when it comes up.
Yeah. So the Leia going back thing. See, to me, I love that theory. I love that twist. I think it's so over the top that it probably couldn't happen. But the thing is, if we're coming up with it and it comes out to be true, I think that's more exciting than a leaked script to come out and read it, and then we talk about that. I like how we came up with it.
That's where I'm at. I'm with Moocher on that.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, Darth Dad, but still, that was our theory. We came up with it. We didn't read it. We didn't anything. And I'm with you. I did read it, unfortunately,
Right.
and it sucks because then you find out where the source is from, and it came from the last one,
Right.
of the one that you're talking about.
Right. So there's a little credibility there?
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's what really, really sucks is, damn it. So I get it as far as we know what's going on, but it could take away the surprise.
Right.
Because as you watch it unfold on the screen and you read it, you know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
And you're just wondering, oh, is that what's going to happen? And when it does, you're like, oh, yeah, so it was
also,
right.
that was all. If you think about it, if we actually all sat there and watched this leaked script, supposedly leaked script, that's all we'd be talking about, right? From here until the line.
Right.
Instead of like coming up with like cool things to talk about. That's just where I'm coming from. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to, because again, it doesn't have to be true. It could be just somebody out there just wanted to do a joke and whatnot, but there's assholes in the world. Where that one guy after Force Awakens, he had that sticker on the back of his vehicle saying Han Solo dies, and he was running, driving through town. It's like, that's the stuff I don't like. Don't give me the leaked script, because I don't want to spoil it when it's like an official spoiler.
Yeah, and here's the thing with with this stuff, the plot points. I don't know how much of a leak script it was. It was plot points.
Sure.
Exactly.
And this is kind of why I don't even know if it was all that true 100%, because it went through some cool things, and if it does happen, some of it's pretty cool to see it. I'm excited to see it.
I agree.
But there was no mention of Leia,
No.
right? No.
Because that could be the twist.
No mention of Phasma. From what I recall,
Okay.
very little. Little Finn.
Yeah.
I
Not
think it
much
had to do more of
not-
Rey, right?
Not much of Poe. You know, there are big characters in here. Knights of Ren, no mention of the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is all supposed to be big stuff in the new movie, and there was nothing around those characters.
Okay.
It's
It
funny
wa-
as
it
you
was really
get to the
just
Knights
Luke-
of Ren have really disappeared for
Yeah.
people.
Completely.
Yeah.
Now that we say that,
Yeah.
that subject is really
And that's one of the things I'm
gone
really
off the shelf.
anticipating they go into with episode
Yeah.
8 and 9. And following after the movies, the comics, and books, I really want to know those stories.
Yeah, but
okay.
that
So
was nowhere to
Moocher's a no. Me and Chris have read it, and we got different theories on why. You know, I'm saying to take away from the surprise.
Right.
Chris is not too sure. Bootleg, what do you want?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm probably gonna. I haven't read it, but I'm guaranteeing you I'm gonna look for it at the end. And like for Force Awakens, I read the leak script for that, and I remember reading about the island, Luke Skywalker being on an island, and once I saw in the movie and I heard them mention the island, I was like, oh man, come on, are you serious? It's really gonna end like that? And because I remember reading the spoiler and I was like, please God, don't let
Right.
it end like that, please. And then seeing it happen, I was like, shit. But me, I'm the type of person that I want to know, I have to know. I don't get I don't get butthurt or I like spoilers.
Yeah.
I like knowing ahead of time. That's the way I am.
Huh.
But
And Fanboy Mike, you coming just from the straight fanboy aspect of it. If somebody walked up to you and said, I have this information, here it is what's going to happen in 8, do you take it or not?
No, I don't run with that. And Leia is not dark.
Yeah.
So-
You're with me then on that.
I am. I didn't hear. I've been working nights, and so I didn't read none of it. I don't know any of the things that you guys are even talking about. And so,
My warning is it's out there. Beware what you click on.
okay,
Now, that's
no.
what I said.
If
That's what I'm saying.
you've seen it or read it,
I just saw the link and I'm not clicking it. Like I'm not
bootleg
doing
you.
hey, it's like that car crash you see at the end of the freeway.
just gotta keep
say,
watching
I'm not
it.
gonna look. I'm not gonna look. No, but what you do, you slow down.
Darth
you read
Dad,
it,
you watched
you're
it.
gonna see it.
Or read
I
it.
read it.
He read it. Yeah.
Fett read it.
Fet. Okay, let me have it.
Oh, we can't do it now.
No, we're not doing it on.
He
the
isn't-
podcast.
So this
Yeah.
is on the. This is off. We're.
You could go after this and
I'm gonna do it right now.
No. But now.
Yeah, but don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You don't want to spoil it for everybody because we got a lot of people. This is how I knew beforehand, but in another podcasting group that we're in, one of them put it up immediately. Like, oh, check it out, because they're not huge Star Wars fans. And so immediately I'm getting a text from Rich, our boy El Sinestro,
Yep.
and he's like, do not go to the page.
Yep. I got that
Do
same.
not
one.
look, do not read, because I got pissed one time because they spoiled Logan. They all came back and started talking about it, and I was like, really, guys? Like, I told you I was at work and I can't go, and they blabbed about everything. I was pissed. I was literally pissed. I got off of the convo for like 2 days because they were just talking about it. And I get excited and everything, but like I think it should be a choice. So the link was there, but in the description of the link, it tells you what's going on.
That's what's crap.
That's why it wasn't shared to our page, Fanboy.
To answer your question, there was a lot of spoilers that were given for The Force Awakens, and it's like your fingers on the button.
Yeah.
You kind of want to. I remember talking to Boot, and I was thinking, should I? He goes, just do it, and I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and go for it. As the movie's playing out, you're not thinking about those spoilers. You're actually just wanting to watch the film as
Sure.
it comes out. And so, no, I mean, I'm probably going to hit the link and watch it or read it and see what I have to think about it. But I'm in the dark about it.
Well, and even from right now, I only read it once, went through it. I have a skeleton of what happened in my head. You know, it's there. I don't remember the details, and it wasn't that descriptive. It was enough of the plot to where you'd get it, and I know it was a Luke Ray thing and a little bit of a Snoke thing, and that was pretty much
Yeah.
the gist, you know.
Right. Yeah. So that's what it goes towards. So with that being said, you guys leave a comment. How do you feel about spoilers? Is it something, if something huge happens, should we talk about it on the show, or should we just leave it? I'm one to just leave it. I mean, there's so many hardcore people out there. Just to name a few, our boy Cheney 180, he will stop watching previews for like a month before the movie comes out. Like any
Just to get
link
that
that you tell him,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
He doesn't even want to see the next preview
I gotcha.
as it gets closer. He's like, no, I want to walk into the theater and see what happens.
So yeah, anything official for me, I love, like the new trailers, TV spots, toys. That stuff I can get because he gives you the hype that Happy Meal toys going. And I know we're gonna get that. I know we're gonna start getting that. The floodgates are gonna really open up here come D23 and after that. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm just let it happen. Let the media take over. Let the hype naturally happen, just like it did in the prequels, era and stuff. And that's me. Just let it happen naturally. I don't want it to be
Look,
like forced.
I'll say this: the internet, it's a dangerous place.
Yeah.
And there's some really sensitive fans out there that they won't watch even the first trailer that comes out from any movie. And to those fans, I say, stay off your computer,
Sure.
stay off your phones, stay your ass in the house in a plastic bubble, because the internet is going to tell you whether you like it or not. So
Yeah, I remember talking. You remember when I was actually on the phone with you and we were talking about Rogue One? I go, hey, I don't know if I ever want to watch any more of the trailers. We were going back and forth, and I was actually going back and forth with Boot too.
Yeah.
Going, I don't know if I want to watch any more
You're saying
trailers.
go
I just
radio
want
silent. I'm like,
yeah,
I
just
can't do
because
that.
every one of us being 40 or whatnot, as we watched the movies, we didn't have trailers, and it was maybe your friends kind of talked about it a little bit, but you watched it in its honesty.
no, but me personally, I hate that, because I love watching trailers. I love watching spoilers for this, so we can come here, talk about what we saw, what we
Sure, I
think.
just don't want it to be like I bring
You
up
can't
something and all of a
do
sudden
that.
Chris is going like,
You know what I mean?
I read this and it's not happening at all.
Well, see, I'll stop right beforehand, because then it
I
gets
know.
real.
I
You
know,
know what
I
I mean?
know.
Like 2 weeks before, people have started to see it.
And you're right.
And real
What-
stuff gets
yeah.
out.
You're right. What
right
came
now,
out
this
is-
early?
yeah.
We're 180 some odd days away.
Yeah,
It's
going to happen.
not
It
as
happened in
real,
Force
and
Awakens.
right.
It's going to happen. It's going to be there. What I'm just saying is be careful out there. Now we're getting closer to the movie. The movie's done essentially. And we're going to get these people. Like again, I think it came from a supposedly disgruntled Disney employee that leaked this plot.
Right.
Now take it for what you will. It could be total bullshit, or it couldn't. Like I said, there was that same source that came from Force Awakens, and some of it was actually true, and they were right on the money with it. So again, that's.
And I'll let you know, some of it sounds like it's regurgitated or spun from other theories that have happened the past couple months.
Sure.
So if it was a disgruntled anything, and they probably wouldn't even know, a regular guy on the side working for Lucasfilm that got, or Disney that got canned or kicked out is going out there and just making it like that.
I mean,
It might
how
not be
many?
completely
Every
real.
movie has that, right? Has that disgruntled guy that's going to leak everything. So
For sure.
yeah.
Well, here's another thing going off with it came from a disgruntled worker where you don't know if it's real or not. Because I'm sorry, if I got fired, I'm going to go to the press immediately and say, hey, do you want the scoop?
right.
You're going to pay me because I 100% know what's going to happen.
Oh, sure.
And you can't tell me
It's-
somebody would.
instead of just leaking it on
exactly,
his YouTube
because
YouTube.
I was mad.
Right.
So that's what's hard. But like Chris said, it does kind of seem credible, but you can break it apart as
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, to your point, if I wanted to do that, I would go somebody credible like Sarlacc Digest, tell those guys, and have them tell the world,
Right on.
all 111 followers on Instagram.
So yeah,
There
just
you
like
go.
Chris said, we can be bought.
Yes,
So,
very
absolutely.
easily.
Your mind could be
For
changed.
Funko Pops and Doritos,
Yeah,
we're good.
Oh man,
I'll take some 40th anniversary Black Series and some Corona.
nice. There you go. Well, again, because the floodgates haven't really officially opened, we're going to get these kind of things moving forward until that happens.
It's
And
that
so-
double-edged sword for a lot of people. It's like when it comes to you being a fan, I do or I don't. You're gonna have to choose, and we're giving you the opportunity to choose either not to or to.
Sure.
If you are that guy that needs to see the spoiler, then you're gonna search the internet. And if you're a guy that just absolutely needs 100%, I don't want to watch any of the things, then you'll be that fan too.
Right.
I'm on it right now. Currently, I'm looking for it right now.
it's just put that phone away. But
Now, we're in trouble if it says removed by Lucasfilm, right?
Yes,
Lucasfilm sent us
then-
a letter and had us remove it. Then we're in trouble.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
If it's out there and just out there staying there for a week or two,
Yeah, then just
it's-
kind of
it's
grain of salt.
gibberish.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so as far as news wise, that is just like I said. I just wanted to put that out there, and I think we're going to concentrate a bunch of news for future episodes and stuff like that, because I know that we got little tidbits, leaked footage here and leaked photos here and there. And again, I consider those spoilers, but not major plot spoilers. So we can definitely talk about those, but we'll do that more in a concentrated effort when we kind of gather a lot more.
That
info.
sounds good, because honestly, I can't find them either.
Yeah.
I've seen all the posts about leaked pictures, leaked footage from the
Yeah.
trailer, leaked this and that. I keep it because I want to see a picture.
Yeah, pictures fine.
I can't find it though. So
Yeah.
I agree.
And I know that some of the toys have leaked, and we'll get into that towards the end of the show. I know Lego has leaked some really important stuff, or not Lego itself, but Lego toys that are coming out. Some leaked some important bios and stuff like that. So we'll get into that. But first, let's do. I know our Grand Admiral Franz here did another book review of Tarkin. So you want to take it away for a little bit here?
Sure. As we're going through, I'm rereading some of the books, and after I've read them all, I've gone ahead and started getting them on audio tape and listening to them that way and getting even a better feel. You know, I find that when I listen to it or read it the first time, I get a good feel of the character, and I focus really on the character. By the time I'm listening to it, I get a good view of the story.
Yeah.
But for Tarkin, I actually enjoyed reading it more than I enjoyed listening to it. I don't know why. It took me maybe 2 or 3 chapters to get engaged into it, listening to it. But all again, it's a good book on a great character.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved Tarkin since I was a kid, because I think he's just a neat character. When there's only 2 guys in all these movies that actually talk back to Vader, and it happens to be Tarkin and Fett, that actually kind of stand up to him,
Yeah.
you know, and Tarkin or telling Vader to release him to Gotti or Mahdi.
Yeah.
I mean, that's phenomenal, right? And when you read this book, you kind of get them together, almost like a buddy cop is what I said in my review.
Absolutely.
They go on a mission together, and it's kind of like you get a different view of Vader while you're figuring out Tarkin. You
I
know?
love that.
Yeah, it was neat, because Vader in all the other books and all the comics are just straight violent. You know, at this point they've made him the demon he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But while he's with Tarkin, mind you, all this time Vader only has rapport with the Emperor.
Right.
Right? Well, he has a past with Tarkin too when he was Anakin, you know, from the Clone Wars and things like that. So to have him back here, and Tarkin knows without being told who Vader is. He knows he's Anakin. He figured out
right.
things like that. But as they're going, they go through most of the book without talking, and all of a sudden Vader starts asking him questions, and they start having a conversation.
Yeah.
And it shocks Tarkin, and it shocks you as a reader going through it, and how neat it was to sit there and have Tarkin tell Vader a story. And in Tarkin's mind, he's thinking the same thing. He's all, this is pretty crazy that I'm talking to Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And he's listening and asking questions back and forth. So that was
I like that.
a neat part of the story. And on top of that, you get Tarkin's background, because kind of growing up, and this whole time, you figure Tarkin was a well-to-do family. You figure he was an aristocrat and political family and all these things, and his family was rich for their planet, but they're on the outer rim.
Right.
You know, he's an outer rim guy. He's not one of these the core planets, rich folks. You know, so for him to come out there and become what he became, and be the first Grand Moff, and they mentioned that kind of stuff in here too, it's pretty rad. You know, so good book, great character. Is it my favorite? No. Does it have its problems? Yeah. And the main problem is continuity within the canon. Just because I feel like most of the books I can see blend in very well together. Tarkin was very early when they started this canon, so they don't have the information that the other books did, and I think, like with Catalyst specifically.
I went. I don't mean to cut you off, but I did go to my encyclopedia to read up on some of the characters, and they're just not existing.
Yeah, well, they made them, and they just weren't in the encyclopedia
Okay,
yet,
yeah.
right? But kind of the thing, the problem with the continuity was the Death Star talk. When they're talking about the mobile battle station.
Correct.
And you know this is going on when Krennic's alive. You had a really good chance to mention Krennic or mention any of these guys, or he knows Thrawn. A lot of things. Well, this is actually probably too early. This is too early for Thrawn. But Krennic would be well involved in here,
tiny
right?
plot
Catalyst, and Tarkin's involved all the Catalyst, so there's no tie-ins between the two books.
At all.
Yeah.
And that's my only problem with the
Urso.
book. Good story. Everything else, Galen Erso. When he mentions the scientists working on the Death Star, easy to mention Urso.
Sure.
Easy to mention Krennic when they're talking about the Imperials on this. It wouldn't have been. The problem was Catalyst came out afterwards, and so that was the miss. If you read it now, it's kind of a miss.
Right.
But good book still. Still, obviously, I'm gonna say this about every book, even like Aftermath. I told you I didn't like Aftermath, so I'm not gonna love every book, right? And this isn't phenomenal like Thrawn, but it's a good book and it's a must read. You got to read all of them so you can get every. If nothing else, every single book and comic gives you one little nugget to go into the lore that you need.
And Chris, for the ones who don't want to read the book, you can listen to these also, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the beginnings. That's I have audiobooks and Audible, so I'll read them because I like to read them. I'm a collector.
Can we shoot
I like
it
to
out
have
there
the
real
book.
quick on how somebody can just how do you obtain the audio version of it?
Oh, sure. Go into audiobooks.com or audible.com, right? Yeah. And you get a free 30-day trial with both of them. Actually, with audiobooks, when you do audiobooks, you get Audible actually is a better app.
Right.
It's easier to bookmark. It stops every chapter, things like that. Audible kind of goes through the whole book. If it's a 20-hour book, it starts at 0 and goes to 20 hours, no chapter breaks like Audible does.
Right.
But with audiobooks on your 30-day trial, if you're doing it, you do your one, and it says to rate the app. If you rate the app and send them an email, they'll send you another free book. So you get 2 in that 30 days. So
okay.
it's not bad.
And I want to say that I do the audiobooks because for Star Wars they're just so much more fun listening to it. Especially if you got time, 2-3 hours or even 30 minutes here and there. It just puts more in perspective because Star Wars is a very visual and very
it's a visceral experience.
Yeah, the sound effects and everything, and they put all that in the book, so the production's really good. Instead of just sitting there reading a book, you get the voices, you get the attitudes, you get music behind it. It's just such a great experience.
Especially when you get a voice actor that can do the voices very well.
Yeah.
If you listen to Thrawn, it's like watching Clone Wars.
Nice.
Exact same voice.
I started Thrawn, and this is fanboy Mike speaking. Hey, listen, guys. I wasn't really a book reader at all. I'm very slow when it comes to reading. So when I did, I did. Thanks, Darth Dad. So I was having a hard time just trying to recreate the characters in my head because I can't get a visual on them. So I would read something and go, oh, wait, I got to go back and read this whole thing again. So the Audible books are the way to go if you need to go that.
So, man, it's awesome.
So going back to what you were saying, like I loved Thrawn. I love Tarkin. Perfect way to explain Tarkin. And then I just started Thrawn and I watched Rebels and it is just like Thrawn is actually reading the whole thing.
Sounds
and so
just
it's perfect. It's a perfect way to go.
Yeah, not all the books are that good in the separation of voices. Catalyst is one of them. Again, good voices. Yeah. But sometimes you can have trouble telling somebody apart from each other. Right. Thrawn's easy because Thrawn's voice is kind of unmistakable. And obviously anything with Vader, they may not sound just like Vader when they do them. But I'm doing Lords of the Sith right now. It's decent, good enough.
Cool. Well, if you want to hear or read Chris's review in depth, he has it on our Facebook and Instagram and everything, and Mike will read that at the end of the show. So
Facebook, the Sarlacc Digest?
No, it's actually the 5 Geeks. Facebook/5 Geeks.
That's the email. I'll read you. You're catching me off guard. I'm not prepped for that.
Okay.
What's our Facebook?
It's the Sarlacc Digest. If you just search the Sarlacc Digest, it goes right to it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Killing me, dude.
It's the 5 Geeks, by the way.
That's
how you put it, but
that's the whatever. I search it by Sarlacc Digest every time.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm one of our 4 followers on Facebook. Come on, stop yourself.
All right. Also, speaking of books, we're gonna go jump into the comics real fast. So, I don't know if anybody's been keeping up on this. It kind of hit me by surprise, but a brand new Vader comic came out this last Tuesday. And let's get into that for a second here. We all had a chance to kind of read that, and oh my God, it's amazing, just like the other Vader comics.
I popped into QBC on Hesperia Road in Victorville here and picked it up. And I'm not big into getting one comic at a time. Generally, I get them in a graphic novel when they're all out,
right?
And I have them all pre-ordered. I have this one pre-ordered already on Amazon.
Nice.
So, but I wanted to pick this up because it's Darth Vader specifically, and I have all the other Vaders. But this one's awesome because it starts out right at the end of Episode 3.
Right. I mean, immediately, like he's going through the memories of Padme dying, and Palpatine pretty much telling him, "You killed Padme," and it picks up right there.
It's right after the no.
God,
it's right after that,
awesome.
and he goes into a couple more no's and a little bit of violence, and it's freaking rad. But I won't spoil it for everybody. But he gets put right in his place.
He does, man. The Emperor is
because it changes just a little bit from 3.
Yeah,
they throw in a scene in the comic that wasn't done the way it was in the movie. So I guess you can, if you want to believe the comic is canon, but this is definitely canon, and it does start. And I love how we're picking up right after 3.
Right.
How Rogue One ended, and it picked up right into 4. I'm loving how they're doing this continuity with all of it, and it's great. So break it down. What does this story involve?
Well, it's the story right after Vader becoming Vader, and it's really just setting up, I think, the rest of the story. They're telling him to get, and the Emperor's asking where his saber is. He tells him he lost it. Obi-Wan took it.
Yeah.
and the Emperor's obviously not happy and tells me he's got to get another one, and
he
can't
tells him
just-
how to get one.
Yeah, you got to take it.
Now, the
Sith don't make
Yeah,
theirs.
Sith do
take
not
theirs.
make their sabers; they take it.
And what's great
yeah.
about the continuity again is they're talking about the Kyber crystals living.
yes,
Okay,
they're really going for
so
that.
that
man.
really
That's-
hits the catalyst piece and all, and the Guardians of the Wheels, the small book that I have, and also with the Ahsoka novel, and that's really where they started talking about Kyber crystals and I don't think it should be a spoiler at this point, but a Kyber crystal bleeding,
right?
and that's how each Kyber crystal, and if you watch Clone Wars, you'll see it. It's kind of like Harry Potter and their wand, right? The crystal
correct.
chooses the master,
Right.
is how it works. The crystal
Sure,
chooses
sure,
the
sure.
Jedi.
It's funny you say that. I just watched that episode last night again.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
But,
and that's what it is it has to choose you, and you
Yeah.
choose it.
It's just
and
putting a whole nother spin on the Force and how it works,
Right.
and the Kyber crystals having being life essence or
They're
life forces and
sentient,
stuff.
right? So
Yeah,
basically
so-
what happens is a Sith takes it and has to manipulate that crystal, and it cracks it and makes it bleed.
Makes
and
it bleed, and that's how you get the red saber.
that's how you get the red saber.
Yes.
And kind of Ahsoka's, and even though it was alluded to, and she has white sabers, right? I believe it's the opposite. When they take it, a Jedi or a light side Force user will take it and kind of heal it.
Yeah, it's that sort of reflection of who you are. That's, that was mentioned in the
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah,
That
so
reflection.
definitely this series looks like it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Moving forward to it, so can't wait for that.
There
so.
hasn't been a bad comic set yet.
No.
every one of them.
And like I said,
Everything gives so much good view to Vader. Just make this.
And
I
they're
swear.
killing it with Vader, and that's going
yeah,
to be
bootlegs.
out,
Bootleg
man.
loved Vader.
Yeah, let's just do these. And I'm telling you, animated movies like DC and Marvel,
Yeah.
DC more. Do those animated movies in Clone Wars style if you want, right?
Please,
oh
please.
man, just do that and give me some of these comics done.
Yeah, Netflix. Hello,
Right.
come on.
Dude, I love the dialogue in these comics. I mean, Palpatine he's like a straight mob gangster, and the way he's talking, dude.
He's like Jules from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, he is.
Dude, he's
He
like,
is.
Yeah, it's true. And what's great about it is
dude.
that we can totally hear them talk
Yes.
because we know the character. Just like we were talking about the audiobooks may help people more because like Mike said, it's hard. He's trying to read the character, then he's thinking about the character. I do the same thing because if I'm going to read it, I'm going to try and read it how I'm hearing that person's voice. So it's not hard in a comic because you get the visual too and everything, and you can just hear the Emperor's voice. You can just hear Vader like breathing in the background as the Emperor's ripping him a new one, probably,
Yeah.
And that's what's
It
really
really
cool
is a
about it.
teacher student thing. It's really coming to that, like tough love. The
Yeah.
tough love aspect with the Emperor and Vader. You're getting such a brand new aspect of it. Going into this when you just watch the original trilogy, it's just like you just thought Vader was a servant and whatnot. But I mean, yes, Vader's going through hell. So like it just brings him more of in that tortured spirit that Vader is. He's not just a full on bad Sith. I mean, this guy is being torn apart every direction. The Emperor's got that upper hand on him.
Yeah, and they've made that
Every
pretty clear
level.
in all the books.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
they're doing a great job of that.
Yeah.
So everybody that bitches, I'm telling you about the old EU, and I see it every day
Oh,
on the
yeah.
internet.
I know you
and
do.
I bash people every day about it nicely as much as I can. This is the best thing they could have done because could you imagine them trying to do all of this stuff now and make these movies and have to work around that old expanded universe?
Can't do it.
They wouldn't have been.
You couldn't do it.
You had
really
to start
couldn't
from
do it.
scratch.
Yeah.
You had to do this, and it gave everybody else the
Makes
freedom. All
sense.
these writers here, all the directors and writers on the movies, all the animation. It gave everybody free reign to make the galaxy bigger and make it all match. There's no way to make the old stuff that was non-canon now, the legends, match this new stuff.
And they're not disregarding us either.
No.
They're trying their best
No, they
to
are.
add in what they can and make it a certain way to
Yep.
still even add it in.
Yeah.
I agree.
They're not just like, no, that doesn't count. We're not going to use it. Like they look at it and, okay, well, it can be used this way. Is this acceptable? I mean, because they're fans themselves, so they're
Yeah.
trying their hardest.
Again,
Right.
it's just a matter of time before Revan and Plagueis come into the mix here.
I was just gonna say
Oh!
But,
that was in when they were talking with the Emperor. He has Plagueis' droid from the book. So I mean
that's right.
it
Oh my-
almost
yeah.
makes it's not
Because
making
he
the
didn't have
Plagueis
the-
book canon, but his droid is now
It is the
Palpatine's.
the numbers are the same.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a step. That's
It
I'm
really
telling you,
is.
that's a step, and I can't wait. Like I said, my wish is to them, someone to bring Plagueis, drop it on Dave Filoni's desk, and say, "Make this happen."
That-
I don't care, comic book, movie, whatever. Just make it part of the canon because that book was so good.
Yes.
So
No, I agree. I mean, to go back with what Chris was saying about them coming up with the new stories and having to that's a load to be dropped. You know, when it comes to you having to come up with a story for Star Wars, like they were all fans. Like you've heard them talk about it. I was a fan since I was 5, and
Sure.
is that so they're trying to deliver the best Star Wars they possibly can. And there's a million point of views as to how we wish it can be told.
I haven't
but
been
you know, I
disappointed
just
so far.
I
We'll wait
really
till Han
haven't.
Solo
I think
comes out
that
right, Boot, but
we'll see.
I'm telling you, Filoni and Hidalgo and Kathleen Kennedy, they're like I said,
They got
you usually said it. They're big fans. They know how important it is to everybody else. They know, and again, it's business. You don't make
Yeah.
money if you piss people off.
No, that's true.
You know, and a happy belated birthday to one of our fans, our friend Dave Filoni. He listens to the show. We like to call him Baloney Filoni.
Baloney Filoni.
What's up, guys?
Yes.
He's listening now. So,
Darth Plagueis.
yeah, just
Come
a
on.
happy birthday shout out to him.
Revan.
It was just his birthday. So, you guys check out your local comic shops. This one is just Darth Vader #1. It just came out 2 days ago. Go grab it. Check it out. Chris, it's going to be, every 2 weeks? A new
I
one's
believe
going to
it's
drop?
bi-weekly, yeah.
Make sure you check out Bootleg Joe's Vader. That one was just great. That's his favorite.
That is really
And
good.
I'm asking for a favor now. We kind of all are. I hate scalpers. I hate them
Let's
from
do
the
it.
toy world to everything.
Yeah.
So the comic, this one had about 5 variant covers for this Darth Vader #1, and we're looking for the Marvel one.
Of course.
It's already $60 from these damn scalpers, but there are still good comic shops out there that if they got one in, they're selling it.
Yeah.
You know, for regular price, and that is the right way to get it. But these guys on eBay, they're already at $60. So if you guys have a comic book shop down the street and you can hook us up, we're looking for what? I want one. You want one.
There's 5 of us. We want 5.
We'll take them.
Yeah, we're looking for the Marvel one. If anybody can help us out, I got our friends on it, and it does just hit us up on our Instagram, Facebook, whatever. It's not a long shot. There's still good people out there. From Toy Migos, I got me a Celebration Luke at cost. Dude heard the show.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
dude heard the show, hit us up and said, "Ernie, are you still looking for that one, dude? I have an extra one." And I was like, "Man, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not trying to pay out prices." He's like, "Neither am I. Let's do it." And actually, we got in conversation, and he couldn't find the exclusive Walmart Spidey Vulture pack. Picked it up for him.
So
we
you hooked
traded.
him up. See,
Yeah.
that's what it's
And
about.
that's what it should.
Absolutely
that's the way it should
what
be
it's
out
about.
there.
Yes.
So, like I'm saying, I'm not joking. It's not a long shot. If your comic book shop has that Marvel cover, we need 5.
Yeah.
Because we love it so much. And if you guys can have a chance to look, dude, I'm so pissed right now. I'm forgetting. Do you know who drew that one?
No.
Do you remember?
No,
I
Marco
can't
had the
remember.
list, didn't you?
But
No.
it's classic. It looks like it's torn in the corner. You got on the left-hand side, you got your clone trooper
Yeah,
helmets
yeah, it's just the old
instead
school
of,
look on it, yeah.
Marvel hero helmets. And it's just Vader carrying Padme.
Yeah.
And the look is like we all said, we want to put it up and frame it.
That's
I mean,
it.
that would be a dope-ass
Yeah.
poster.
Yeah.
It's sick looking, man. So, guys, go check your comic shops because this is one to pick up.
Yeah.
And if you haven't
Definitely.
grabbed a comic in years, here's your start. You got to start on these
There's
Star
nothing
Wars
wrong
ones.
with the physical copies of things
No.
anymore. I mean,
You guys
really,
know,
so-
if you guys know me and you follow me, I'm a huge Disney head. In almost every single shop now that Disney has, they have a comic book wall.
Right.
And they're all there. They're from all the different stories to Lando to the Doctor one that's helping Luke right now. Anything that's come out, it's that huge now
Yeah.
that in every Disney store at Disneyland,
They're having a comic section.
they have a whole
Wow.
comic wall.
That's-
And the books that all Chris reviews are on top.
Love it.
So this is a huge
Yeah, yeah.
thing. This is why we do the reviews. This is why we guys let you know what's out
And quite
there.
honestly, this is the reason why I actually was excited when Disney picked up Star Wars. I really was because I
Because
knew
of where
that
it
they
could
were
go.
going to do this way. They were going to bring it to the masses in this way, like all aspects of it. They weren't just going to make a movie. They were going to, toys to the comics, the books, and bring it to you.
Yeah.
That's why I was really excited about it.
Yeah, so if you guys have a chance, man, go check out Vader, and you will not be sorry.
No,
It's great.
it's great. Nope. Let's get into our line talk discussion. We've got something actually really cool, and I'm going to let Mike here. I'm going to let Fives set it up because he actually brought it to our attention. And we were just kind of telling him, you know what, Mike, I think you're just reading into it. But then we did our own research, and oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'll stop because
Yeah.
I told him no because he was talking about the movie, and at that point
Yeah, exactly.
we're like, Mike, stop yourself.
Yeah, stop, Mike. Stop watching.
Stop
It
yourself.
was-
But he was right.
It was brought to the forefront. Listen, guys, I remember coming to you guys and I say, "Hey, listen, remember the part when Kylo says to Rey, 'It is you,' and you guys looked at me cross like, 'What are you talking about? That wasn't in the movie.' And I go, 'Yeah, it's in the movie.' Well, it's not in the movie. A buddy of mine kind of brought it to the forefront.
Set up
and
the scene.
I
Yeah.
I I'm talking to my friend, and he was actually talking about the novel, and in the novel, it speaks about Rey and Kylo saying to Rey during that fight scene, "It is you."
When
whole fight
Kylo
scene.
goes to reaches for the Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, it goes past her,
And she
goes past
snatches
him,
it,
and it goes to him.
She snatches it back, and he
says-
turns and looks
yeah.
to her and says, "It is you." Now
Yeah.
in the novel, not the graphic novel, not
No, in the book.
in the book.
Sure.
He says that, and I brought it to you guys' attention. And I remember you guys, and I says, "Let's go watch the movie," because I thought it was in the movie. It wasn't. It was in the book.
So how important is that, guys? I mean, what? Okay, that's not when we say that Kylo turned to Rey and said, "It is you." Like, it is you. This wasn't a recognition like, "Oh, you're my niece," or whatever it is. This is something like, "Oh my God, you're the person." I mean, this is what it seemed like.
Right.
You're the person everybody's been talking about, or a prophecy, or whatever, if you will. Something like, "It is you." You're you wielded this, and why wasn't that in the movie?
Well, I've been speculating since the very beginning that Kylo knows Rey, and
Right.
Kylo's the one that saved Rey. I'm still saying that. Ben is the one that put Rey on Jakku. I'm swearing that up and down.
Okay.
But on the "It is you" piece and being in the book, I was thinking about it because I'm like, wow, why would they take it out? Because he did
Yeah.
say already in there, "What girl?" Right? And
Right.
so you knew already he had a kind of a hint of what was going on. But the "It is you" getting pulled out of the book, maybe it was either trying to hide it.
Do you think it
or
was an
pull out of the
oversight?
movie. Oversight in the
Because
book.
if it was an
or,
oversight, I would think it would have been called out on social media or just in general,
Maybe.
and they would go back and fix it. Because I can't say that that's an oversight, but what would be the reason?
Or they
why
originally
wouldn't?
had it in the script for the movie, right? The
Yeah.
books are written well before that. They just don't distribute them until after.
Yeah.
So they maybe the last minute decision right there to take that out, and maybe they changed the story between
maybe something
Kylo
that's going
and
to be
Rey.
bigger. Okay, because,
or they changed it.
yeah, because I would say this: 90% of Star Wars fans worldwide, 90%. The movies are gospel. They go see the movies, and that's it. They have the film sitting on their desk or whatever, or their entertainment center, and they watch that. Now, it's that 10% that reads the books, the comics, the toys, and all that stuff, and picks that up. So, leaving that that's a big. The 3 words are really big. I mean, that is as big as the books leaving out "I am your father" or the vice versa. The movies leaving out "I'm your father" and the books having "I'm your father." I mean, to me, that's almost like a big pivotal.
It is. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe at this point, because the book was written, they're about to release it. Maybe at this point, Rian Johnson said, "This is not what we're going to do."
Or J.J. Abrams. Oh, you're right.
No,
right. No,
because
you're right.
episode 8's coming,
You're right.
so he's telling JJ that's not what we're going to do now.
Yeah.
We're going to switch this up a little bit because this is what we.
The
direction we're
speculation
gonna go.
goes where. No, when Mike brought this up, I'm just like, I think because he just kept saying, they know each other. I'm like, no, it's coincidence. It's coincidence. The whole what girl and he chokes the guy and whatever. I just thought, it's just coincidence. But going back and I even did the audiobook, and I'm gonna try to isolate that part and put it in here, so everybody can hear it.
Ren extended an arm toward the device lying in the snow. It twitched and then began to vibrate as the Force called to it. Stretching out his hand farther, straining, Ren beckoned powerfully, and the lightsaber rose to come bulleting toward his outstretched fingers and past them. Taken aback, he whirled to see the weapon land in the hand of a girl standing by a tree. Rey appeared equally shocked that her reach for the device had exceeded his. She gazed down at the weapon now resting in her grip. "It is you," Ren murmured. His words unsettled her. Not for the first time, he seemed to know more about her than she did about herself. But she had no time to ponder.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So when it says it's more of a epiphany. It's more of a revelation. It is you, and I'm just like, that is like something that we just can't just let it slide.
Right.
I mean, really, you can't just let that.
That
slide.
that's a major when it comes from a fanboy's point of view, when all you're doing is watching the movies. So you're actually being told a story,
Yeah.
and then when it comes to those certain things, those are plot holes that are absolutely, to me, in my opinion, are needed in the movies, because not everybody has time to do all that stuff. But my point is that when it comes to like him knowing Rey, or the conversation, or going, them having the whole relationship possibly.
Yeah.
That's something major. They didn't allude to that in the movies.
And what's funny
No.
is they have the deleted scenes, right? Parts that were in the book where Kylo was on the Falcon. right?
Correct.
When
Yes.
Chewie pulled off Unkar Plutt's arm.
Yes.
All those things are in the book, but not in the movie. So you would, but they showed them in the deleted scenes.
Right.
You would think the "It Is You" would have shown up somewhere.
It's right there in the movie.
So
The
they never
lightsaber
either they
goes
never
past-
filmed it or they just don't want anybody to see it yet.
If that's canon, guy. I mean, we know this, so we know that
But is
the
it? I mean,
novel is
honestly-
canon.
Honestly, I got to ask this question because again, 90% of the world
It's canon.
watches the movie. I know, but the movies are it. If something's in the book and if they missed it, yeah, I understand that had to been in it. But if they deliberately left it out, but they forgot to leave it out of the book or something,
I think it's still alluded to with. I don't know to overdo it when they
I don't
when
think
they said
it's
the thing
a-
earlier, right? With what girl? I think that was leaving it that
Yeah.
he knew something
I-
without being
yeah.
so specific.
I just
'cause
think that's
"It Is
coincidence.
You" is super specific, and they're
Sure.
saving that for 8.
and that's
You
why
know?
I think that's what's going to happen is that something in 8 and 9 is going to really tie in the gap between Rey's relationships with Kylo and all the history in the past. I know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know. Now I have this. I have to question Disney. I have to question myself. I have to question everything. Saying like, okay, I read that in the book, and it's deliberately not in the movie. And you see the thing. It's like, well, which version do I take? You know what I mean? And again, we're saying is not knowing anything going into 8. When 8 comes out, maybe it's gonna pop off. But for God's sake,
I think
mean,
they just decided to leave it out of the movie because again, most
so you think it
people
was a
don't-
conscious decision
Yes.
to really keep it
most
out?
people don't read the book.
That's what I'm saying.
Most
but that-
people watch the movie, so it's in the book.
That's my
and
point, though.
that's why it's
What if
there.
it was opposite?
Let's hope nobody looks. Let's hope
But
nobody sees
what if
it.
it was opposite? Like, what if it was in the movie and it wasn't in the books? Then we can be like, okay, movies are gospel, whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Well, because you could just say it happened, but you just didn't catch it there. Either way,
Sure.
Either way, they just didn't catch that part in the movie.
Man.
But I think they're just hiding it. I think that's just coming out.
it could be a deliberate hiding from the new director, probably just like moving a scar or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Nah.
Exactly. No, I think right before the last piece of editing before release, I bet Ryan Johnson probably came out there and said it. And if you ask him right now, call Baloney Filoni up. Come on. Oh, we're in the middle of not in the podcast right now. We don't want to bother him and get an
Right,
answer
yeah,
machine.
I could text him. You want me to text him?
You text
Yeah,
him, please.
please.
And then Pobs too.
And ask him, what the hell, man? This is important.
I-
We need
But
to
they
know.
won't answer us until after December. I'm telling you.
If that's his answer, then I'm okay with. Then I'll be looking for that.
Yeah.
In there, and that's one of those things where is that spoiler? Like in the movie, look for this pivotal thing to be answered. I expect it to be answered because that's a definite revelation quote, man. I
Another
don't
perspective, Boot. What do you got? What do you think?
care. Is it that?
No, I
Like,
mean, you just because you
Honestly, I'll be dead honest. I really don't care. no, seriously, because
Okay.
you know it's like he's saying it is you, okay, but
Meaning he knows her like earlier, right?
who are you? It's like
Either way, there's a secret hanging.
Well,
yeah, there's
the
a
audience
secret and
doesn't know
everything.
this, so I guess it'd be, of course, it'd be raising
I
more
don't know.
questions.
See, again, maybe it's the villain in me. I don't care about. It's like I'm not obsessed with who Rey is anymore.
sure.
I'm more
It's-
obsessed with.
But that right there, like I said, it wasn't a recognition thing. Like, oh, you're my cousin or you're Luke's daughter or whatever. Yeah. It was more or less like Kylo was heard about this person or whatever, and being she's the one who grabbed Luke's saber and didn't come to him. It was like, oh my God, like everybody's been like. You're the prophet that everybody's been talking about. Kind of stuff.
This was my point earlier: is that we can easily go calloused over talking about Rey all the time because we've talked about it and who her parents could possibly be, or the origins of Snoke or whatever. Those things now are becoming calloused, which are still going to be very, very much brought to our attention December 15th. But because we've talked about it all the time with Boot, he's
See, it's like to
it
me,
doesn't really matter.
it's
I understand
the
that.
feeling. It's the feeling of beating a dead horse,
Right. But you guys, here's the point: we haven't seen the movie yet, and so none of this stuff is absolutely real. I mean, we're coming up with plots that are now opened up for 9, and the fact that that you guys believe that Leia possibly turn. Well, she's not. You guys
Believe.
See,
not.
and that's
possible.
that's from my
I understand. No,
Look,
I'm with
let me
you
find
on
the
the
link
plots.
now,
I'm
'cause
with
they
you
got-
on the theories.
that's
no, I'm with
where
you guys
my
on the theories.
excitement comes in
You guys are
because
so wrong.
that's a new, fresh.
Sure.
thing.
But then when we talk about it 2 months from now, where are we going to go? It's old
No,
news.
we're still gonna be on that wagon, man.
possibly,
Yeah.
but we've had some time between movies,
Sure.
between the Force Awakens to what we're going to have now in the Last Jedi. We've talked about it, we've mulled over it, we've
Right.
heard these guys talk about it, or this guy talk about it, or we talk about it enough to where it's like it's.
Well, like I said, I said I kind
Where
of
do we go with
disagree
it?
with Boot because I think it's not more or less like her origins. It's just that she is probably the most important person just because of those 3 words.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the most important person in this
Yeah.
trilogy.
But
that's why
and
I
I
think it's
still
that important.
don't think she's a Skywalker. So that's the
Well.
thing, right? Because that's everybody's theory and assumption is she's a Skywalker.
You don't think she's a Skywalker, but I think that if she's not a Skywalker, myself personally, it might hurt it might hurt it.
Well, Kylo's a Skywalker.
Yeah, but
it's still,
I don't know,
it's
man.
Still there.
It just like
and he's the one. I'm telling you,
I don't know.
you.
I don't know.
The best thing is going to be when he gets redeemed and he's a Skywalker. At some
That-
point, and he becomes Ben
sure,
again.
Sure.
He's
I
not
think
a
he
Skywalker Solo.
No, I think
No,
he's
he
go-
won't be.
yeah.
He won't be by himself anymore.
Forever will dominate your destiny.
I'm
Dark
telling you,
side.
at the
You cannot come back from it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Kylo saved her. He's the one that left her on Jakku. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
I mean,
again.
that's,
EU?
That's possible.
I mean that's a part of EU.
no.
No,
This
I
is
mean,
all
he's gonna
Kylo's
use-
all
No, this is
Disney.
me
I
since
know,
the day
but-
we saw it.
No, I mean
No.
I wasn't talking
Yeah.
about that. I'm talking about the how the,
Has
the
I've seen
turn
it?
of.
No, it's not anywhere.
Okay.
It's gonna be. Watch, there's gonna be a comic when they destroy everything, but he saves her.
Well, of course, there's a slew of stuff we don't know about, like we alluded to earlier with the Knights of Ren and not having any mention and all that stuff. And there's a lot more to it. And what excites me is there's a line in the trailer, the teaser trailer for Episode 8, Last Jedi, was when Luke's, when he said, what do you see, the light, the dark, and the balance. When he says there's so much more, I get so excited just going about those more than the Jedi must. It's time for the Jedi to end because there's
He
so
didn't say
much
that.
more. It's like, what are you talking about? So much more. There's more than what we have speculated for 40 years. But again, I think that directly ties into this "it is you" thing. And Mike, like I said, we bring it up so many times. Is like, why would they bring that? Why would they leave that out unless they're going to answer it in a different way in the movies? Because again, I think 90% of the masses watch the movies as gospel. They don't read the books. They don't read the comics. That's for like a concentrated set of fans.
Or go
So-
back to the Clone Wars that we talk about.
Sure.
I have Clone Wars playing all the time just to catch stuff because it is canon, because it does count. It was done by Filoni himself. There's a lot to allude to it. All of that saying that you just said came from the episode of when we saw the light in the dark when Anakin was tested on that planet.
Right, and I mentioned that there's
And-
so much more to it. Like you don't even know. Like you guys, you're a Sith. He goes, you have no idea.
Yeah,
Like,
it was word for word, and
Yeah.
it's great because some people don't know that. And this is what's great about our lying talk is it's all speculation.
right.
But it is out there. We're not just pulling it out of the air. We have reason to back it up.
There's clues.
There's correct, right?
And that's what I'm saying. Every one of these books, comics, shows, it's like collecting a puzzle, and you're just getting
It
a
is,
little
it
piece
is.
of piece. You're not getting the corners.
right.
You're getting right in the middle, not knowing what to do with no picture to look at.
That's
You're
why
just getting it.
Episode 8 is so exciting. I think more so than Episode 9 is going to be. For Episode 9 is going to have closure, a lot of closure, right?
Yeah.
Because the episodic whatever, we have no announcements of more movies. Episode 8 is that gap filler. It's going to bridge. It's going to raise a lot more questions than it's going to answer, of course. But this time right now is so exciting because you're at the second act. Going into it, they can go anywhere they want, and then by the Episode 9, you kind of almost anticipate, we're gonna have the good overcome, and we're gonna have this guy destroyed. You're gonna kind of like foresee some things happening, but from here, it's all over the place.
Okay, Fallen Fett here. I got something for line talk. As
Okay.
just alludes to exactly what you're saying is.
Yeah,
Are you guys? I'm at a point right now. I'm kind of scared about what's going to happen in Episode 8. We have this director that everybody's saying he kind of went in a different direction.
mm-hmm.
We have that going on. Have you guys not noticed that Mark Hamill kind of went radio silence
Yeah.
Well,
on
he
the whole
said-
thing?
Since
right after
Celebration?
he said he wasn't happy with the way it was handled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been.
He says he fundamentally disagrees with Luke Skywalker's character in 8.
And we haven't heard anything else. Like, I was misquoted,
Right.
or I was. He went radio silence on the whole thing.
Yeah,
I mean-
unless he felt that Luke should go dark and they didn't.
Correct.
or something like that, right? What else?
He
would Luke
wanted
do?
that from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Or is he mad
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he's being a wuss and hiding for so long? Is it maybe he's mad
Well,
at that?
b-
But
back
if
in
it's explained-
back in Return of the Jedi, he wanted Luke to have this different direction. You know, like
He did. He
kinda-
wanted him to be
yeah, and
bad,
he
and it
wanted
was
him
still
to-
there.
Yeah, so him not being bad. If he disagrees with Luke not turning bad, I don't want Luke to turn bad. I want
Right.
Leia to turn bad. You know?
Yeah, now that we've laid it out there and we put all the clues together,
Yeah,
so do I.
yeah,
but I was
right
one
now,
who
yeah.
wanted Luke bad too.
Yeah,
But I
so-
am kind of getting worried about
Yeah,
this film.
What if they're
going
controlling the galaxy together?
different?
Well, here,
Yeah.
yeah, see,
What
Yeah.
just happened?
I mean, so here it is. We got a different director. He's been kind of quiet about it. We're only getting like these whispers of now little leaks and everything. Another thing that we got pictures of is, the Royal Guards.
the Royal Guards. Yeah. I kind of failed to mention that earlier. Thanks for
We got
bringing
that.
up,
We got pictures of the gorilla AT-AT.
yeah. Oh boy.
You see what I'm saying? So with all this leaking as we get closer and closer, it is kind of worrisome of where did he go with this?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and when Dave Filoni, our friend,
Our homeboy.
we're saying that with love.
This is
That's
much
our homeboy.
respect.
Trust
Much
me.
respect.
Our
When they
confidant.
do create things like that, I don't have a problem. Obviously, they have to speak English or basic, right? Or else we wouldn't understand.
You're talking
And a
about
lot-
the Gorilla Walker.
And
now.
a lot of things translate. So if they say a word like Millennium Falcon, even whatever it is, I'm okay because I don't see a falcon. I don't see things like
Yeah.
that. They didn't call them chicken walkers. That was I believe a
That was a
fan made.
fan-made,
It wasn't
yes.
on a box. But to call something a gorilla walker, you just used a earthly creature and made the walker look like a gorilla.
He looks like a gorilla.
It's okay if you have things that look like gorillas, but you're not going to call them gorillas in a galaxy.
You have
far,
to
far
allude
away.
to the structure of it representing a gorilla walker, maybe a higher back or whatever. But this damn thing
Looks
has
like a
backwards
gorilla.
knuckles. Has a
Yeah.
it looks like a
and
look,
it shouldn't be called a gorilla.
no.
And
We don't know if that's going to be in the film if they're going to refer to them as gorilla walkers because it does the ATMC or something like that.
Okay.
So, this is a heavier armored vehicle, but oh my god, it looks like a gorilla from the side view.
Yeah,
It's King Kong.
I'm not too sure.
I don't like it. That's my
Is it going
problem.
to go on its back end and smack people?
That's what I'm saying. If
around?
it starts beating its chest, I'm done. That was my problem with the Clone Wars with the Geonosians. They made everything insectoid kind of stuff, and I kind of had that cringe factor. It's like, oh my god, it's like bugs and crab walkers and vulture walkers and all these things. Everything was insect instead of like war machines, right?
Yeah.
It worked to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But I kind of like everything. I was starting to relate it for things on Earth. And,
But, hey,
and
did that change your mind when you read Catalyst about the Geonosians?
no, actually, Catalyst kind of. You know what? Yes, it changed my mind when I read Catalyst because I thought I had more of an understanding of the Geonosians
Yeah.
and why they made the battle droids look like themselves.
Right.
And so that
And
made
that they
sense to me.
have to work, and that's why they're the ones building things
Correct.
and doing this stuff.
Yeah,
There's so
so-
many of them, and
I love that aspect of that tie-in.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, if something like the Chicken Walker, the ATST, they call it the Chicken Walker just because it just vaguely reminded people here, fans, that it's the chicken. That's what they
chicken
called
legs,
it before
got
it even
thin,
had
skinny legs.
skinny legs. So, but this gorilla walker, and
It's
it's
a straight
this is a leaked photo or a sketch and a mock-up of the gorilla walker. It looks like a gorilla. It's
Yeah.
got the high back. It's got the front legs with the backwards
And the
hand.
blaster right out
like
of
it's
his
walking
back.
on its knuckles. It's like,
Yeah.
and the face looks like I don't know. That's kind of disappointing for me.
Yeah.
That's kind of a letdown.
Honestly, you really think that they'll go there?
Yeah, that's it, man. They're gonna use it. Yeah, I think I think it's real, Mike. I do.
Oh yeah, they haven't shown it up close for a reason.
Yeah.
They showed it far away in the trailer. They're not showing it up close because that's what it looks like. They just want to surprise everybody. But I don't
dig it.
I don't dig it. If
Now-
you see it in action, I'll
of
get
course,
over it.
just like
And it's
everything
we
else.
always will be like, oh look, this is
Yeah.
cool. Look at the Gorilla Walker ATM.
I don't know. I love the Empire's look so far. And I understand that the First Order is different and they're improving and making things bigger and badder and stuff like that. But the Empire, the original trilogy worked so well in my mind because everything was simple. It was simplistic shapes. It was these real sharp edges and stuff. And then when you start to transform your walkers into things that we can see here on Earth and then have an
Yeah.
identity with it. It
That's
puts
what I have
us
a problem
it
with.
puts us out of the galaxy far, far away.
Yeah,
and
it's a suspension of disbelief.
yeah,
is
man.
gone.
Because
It's
if
essentially-
I saw any type of gorilla in Star Wars, it better be an alien and
It had
talking
8 arms.
right.
and correct,
Horrible.
right?
Well, we had our gorilla was the Rancor. That was our version of the gorilla.
right, exactly.
And that, yeah,
Well, if you go back to the cantina scene of
yeah, bro.
4, we had a Wolfman.
We had the Wolfman. Yeah,
And that was okay, but that
That's
was
true.
a bar full of aliens.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If I want to see anything gorilla,
Yeah.
it would have been right there.
right.
I don't want to see this AT-R5.
Is that what it is? R5.
I believe
Or
so.
okay.
And
But
again, these are just leaked photos and everything. But
Yeah.
again, this is what's getting me scared is all these leaks. We
Yeah.
have a plot leak.
yeah,
We have these photos leaked. Fanboy Mike is asking the question, are these just artist leaks? You
Yeah.
know those art books that come out that show the behind the scenes?
yeah.
It
These
very
could
well
be like
I think
concept
that's what
art,
they
right?
are. I think they're
Correct.
concept art and starting for the marketing for the packaging.
So
and
we're
stuff.
about
Yeah,
a month
yeah.
away from D23 to really get some solid proof.
I think the next trailer is
what's gonna
really
go
going to
on.
show us some meat. It's, okay, rumored that the next trailer is supposed to be like 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
right.
That's a huge trailer.
Yeah.
Huge.
Other rumor is dialogue all the way through it.
Nice.
Wow.
That we have dialogue from all 3 of them.
Yeah, it's definitely
Luke,
going to be
Rey,
interesting.
and Kylo talking over the scenes that are going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, like I said, that to me is the floodgates. That when you have because first we
Yes.
got the teaser. When we get our official first trailer,
Yeah.
that's when you're gonna have our TV spots. That's when the toys are gonna start emerging, and
September 4th Friday. Right.
Oh, September is yeah. So that's when things are gonna happen in a fast pace, and we're gonna get to the movie, of course.
Which is here is it's just every other month for us. Right now we're in June.
Correct.
July is D23. Skip another month and then we'll get Force Friday, and then after that is September, and then TV spots.
TV
and
spots are
everything
gonna
going
rule.
on.
Yeah. And then maybe a second trailer, or did the Force Awakens only had 2? Right? They only had the teaser, and then they had the official first.
Correct.
They didn't
right.
have a second one. They had the
And
TV spots.
If you remember too, I loved that whole trailer that we saw was just the beginning of the movie.
yeah,
That was,
it was
so crazy.
I like that. I like that a lot, and hopefully, the teaser trailer that we got, it kind of, if you really put it forward, it picks up where we left off on the island. They're in the same clothes, like
Right.
you said. They were in the same clothes, so it might be like, hey, we're just gonna give you the first 30 minutes of it, and it's gonna go off in this huge.
So see, that's
tangent.
another thing that scares me though.
Yeah.
Is every one we've had a crawl and a space opening.
Yeah.
So we're picking up directly before it. Are we going to get a crawl or no crawl?
no, they have to. They have to.
But they're picking up right after.
No,
So
I
is
get
it the
it.
crawl going to be Luke's thoughts? Are we going to see Star Wars Episode 8? Who the fuck is this bitch? Is that what
Honestly,
we're going to see
look.
in Yellow Writing as he's thinking of Rey?
I think it's gonna be a crawl, and you know how it starts off like it's in outer space. It's gonna come out like how the teaser came out, where it's all black,
Yeah.
and then Rey comes out
Oh, you
breathing
think they're
heavy.
not gonna go in space. They're gonna.
I think
First
that,
scene?
I think that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't. Star Wars, they're
they have
all
a
about
tradition.
tradition.
Yeah.
They're gonna give us that. We're gonna see the Lucasfilms, and then they're gonna give us the.
The crawl.
They've been clear the episodic version. The episodic films are going to get crawls.
You know what, Ernie? The crawl can actually be where Kylo was, and how Phasma, Kylo, and all them escaped or whatever, and whatnot.
I get it. That's a very good theory, Bootleg, is that... So Joey's saying that we're going to get the crawl, and we've already seen the opening. That then it goes
Yeah.
to the black space scene and Rey dropping to the ground.
Yeah.
Because that was my
Would that
theory
throw
as
it
well.
out of you for
Was
guys? I mean, would you be disappointed in that? I would. You have 7 films that are opening the exact same way. Even Rogue One opened in space. No crawl, but open in space. Either that or Joey, or it's going to have outside and it's going to go into the
we
planet.
can open to space and Kylo, maybe Kylo above his ship, on his ship.
Yeah.
We always got to open to space and some type of destroyer coming in. Or
Right.
a ship, right? So it could be Kylo's new one. Maybe it cuts to him and he says, "Where's the girl?"
Yeah.
And then we get the
I
shot
see something
down.
like that.
Yeah, I think Ryan Johnson's gonna have a shitstorm if he doesn't do that.
No, see, fanboy thinks that it's gonna be Boba's.
Oh boy.
Stop him.
2020.
Stop him.
2020, then we'll get a Boba.
You'll
Yeah,
see
right.
Boba. You'll see Boba in Han.
Boba will be in. Yeah. It will be. It will be.
I'm sure.
I'm actually excited. Even though I know our bootleg Joe is not really thrilled with the stuff about Han Solo. I know we're going to Han Solo now, but
You're starting to become the cranky character. You're like the curmudgeon.
yeah, I'm actually really excited for Han Solo, even though the stuff that I haven't seen doesn't excite me. But I'm still excited for some of the things just because it's new. You know,
I would like to see a young Boba, and I hope that it does go out to the actor, the young kid who played him.
Yeah.
Daniel Logan, he's about.
He'd be at the same. That's
Yeah.
our homie too.
Mm.
What up, Daniel?
Yeah.
He hits us up on Twitter all the time. What
Nice.
up, Daniel? It was just his birthday too.
Yes, it
Happy
was.
belated birthday, Daniel Logan.
Yes.
Hit us up. Maybe you could guest star on the show. I'll fit you in.
Yes, absolutely.
He likes my Boba Fett shrine.
Oh, cool.
We've talked about it. I have the pictures to prove it.
Nice.
So, if he played it, I would love to see a young Boba. I would love to see the mask come off.
Yep.
A conversation between them, because it's great because we do have canon Boba all throughout Clone Wars.
Right.
Him and the struggles that he made with decisions.
There's enough demand for it.
Well,
I'll tell
correct,
you
and
that
I would
much.
love to see that. We don't need to see. Maybe this is why he's going after him. If we saw that, he just finds him for Jabba. There's no talk or anything, but maybe we see how Han screwed over Boba.
Yeah.
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 And that's all I would need, because we see him as a kid growing up. Aurora Singh has him, Bosk has him, and they're trying to show him, and he has conflict even with killing people.
Right.
He wants the deed done only to Mace, and he's not even shy about that, but killing other people, he's not about it. But he's still a badass at learning the ways. So I would love if we saw a hint of Boba.
Yeah.
Even maybe not even armor. Just as a kid.
No, I'd.
Well,
he'd be older than a kid.
How old would he be in the Han,
No.
in the later version of Han? Like the
they'd
latest
probably
version
be
they're going to
matching,
use.
wouldn't they?
Hold on, you got to go back.
Like the latest version they're going to use in
30,
Han.
34. Plus, he was what? How old do you think he was in episode 2?
Oh, they gave it.
No,
Didn't
no,
he
34.
say?
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. He'd be about 34. He'd be in mid 30s.
Mid 30s.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the Han Solo movie?
Yeah.
You think?
Mm-hmm. It's only 18 years since episode 3, which is a couple years after episode 2. He
could
was probably born about episode 1.
He could probably still.
And so it'd be Han, right?
He could probably still play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That'd be a
I'm
cool
just saying, that would be
throwback.
cool.
Honestly,
you know what I would
really
like
good
too is, like I'm saying, not even suited up as a character. Walking in, they have banter, they get yelled at each other, and Han throws it in as he walks out.
Right.
I would like it to explain why Boba Fett knew exactly what Han's move was. So did they do was there some kind of mission where they were both on or with each other, against each other, however it was?
Sure.
Yeah.
And you saw Han leave with the garbage.
Right.
And Fett knew it, or Fett was with him.
Right.
And then that's
So
why
he knew how to look for
Yeah.
that.
he knew exactly what happened.
that's great.
The Falcon doesn't have
Right.
a cloaking device, and Fett would know that.
Right.
And he's like, this is where he is. I know where he's at. We've done this before.
Yeah,
This
that'd be
is
awesome
this is
stuff.
old shit. I taught him this.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that would be great
That'd
if we
be
get
kinda
that
cool.
nod.
That would
Because right now, rumor is it's still up in the air. Who's going to get the 2020 movie?
Right.
Is it Obi-Wan or is
Would
it
you
Boba
shit
Fett?
if Han was forget Boba in the Falcon if Han was in Slave One with Boba like they were partnering up? That would be some shit.
I would love it.
And it's
That
the
would be
role
awesome.
reversal
I would
where
love it.
he
I
got
would
the
love it.
Falcon. Orlando had the Falcon and he got it from Boba.
Yeah.
You're alluding to them being not friends or
Yeah,
mates
almost-
or
almost
somehow
partners. You're gonna
so in
see
that
some
in
huts.
Slave One, but then also in the Falcon.
Yeah, Jabba sends him out, and he needs a bounty hunter with a smuggler to do two different things at the same
I
time.
said that last episode.
Yeah.
I would love if Han is just a story how he got the Falcon.
Yeah, well, that too.
And
I would
imagine
jump
that
that just
if-
mean to see him in Slave One with Fett going for a ride.
You know, what would be great too is just that one of these races. It has to do with around races. Han makes the wrong bet, and to come save his butt, Boba.
Yeah, wouldn't that be
he
wild?
runs into Slave One, like you're saying.
Anything like that would be sweet because it's almost like they said it spans that long. It's almost going to be like a bunch. This would be cool too. Don't get me wrong. A bunch of Han Solo short stories. In
Yeah.
a movie,
So
you know?
imagine we see Han make a bad deal with the Hutts at one of these races. We know that is what it's about.
Right.
There's this racing thing going on. Boba comes, saves his butt. He just runs into Slave One. Crowd goes nuts and crazy, and all it ends with was, "I owe you one, Boba," and that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
like, crowd would just go crazy.
And then Han Solo 2 and Han Solo 3.
Yeah.
Because that's
Just-
the
You know, this is done by the Lego guys, right? So it's a little bit more.
tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
It'll
it
be
is.
I think it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be
So it would be a cool time for them to do something completely different and make it like a bunch of stories and just show up every bounty hunter and every bad guy. You see him with Greedo, see him with Dengar, see him with Jabba, see him with all these people. Just keep going.
And what I do want to say is reading the books and then going back and of course replaying every Han Solo version in my head of scenes and stuff. Han Solo is the luckiest man when it comes to luck, not getting killed based on other people around him. Like Chewie saved his ass so many times. Leia saved Luke. Han runs in there, guns blazing, and somehow somebody else saves him. And that's that recklessness of Han. That's why he's such a cool character. You know, like look at it even in Force Awakens. Like he was about to get shot up before they let the Rathgars out.
Right.
And but even in Aftermath, he was ready to die when they were saving the Wookiees 1,000 times, and then something would just unexpectedly happen. He's that guy where he runs through and just happens to just survive. I'm not taking away anything special about Han, but he's
that is Han. That's what I was going to say. I would not be mad at that idea. We get that character. He's a smart ass. He's a badass. It would be canon. He said, "I've been all over this galaxy." From one side to the other.
Lucky. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So nothing but short stories of Han meeting people and getting out of something, and meeting Chewie, and
like somebody shoots at him and it goes around him.
Yeah,
and it's just happened that they're just a bad shot, and Han just goes, "I'm just that good." You know what I mean? Like
exactly. That would be. He's probably Han.
He should have died so many times reading the books and all that stuff. Like really.
What's funny is he always says, "Well, from where I come from, I call that luck."
I called it luck, exactly. It's like
But wouldn't that be fitting the way he died then? There was no more luck. His son's the one that did all this stuff he made it through. And making this movie, just him evading death again and again and again and again, and then doing it in Empire and doing it every which way. And in
there was
the
no
books
one there
and
to save him that time.
And at the end, not even just his,
Leia
his
sent
own,
him to die.
His own. Leia sent him to die, and his own blood killed him.
Get over that mooch.
No, Leia sent him go see Kylo because Kylo's going to kill you.
Get over that mooch. No, you get the same play on Indiana Jones. I mean, I'm not going to get off. I'm not going to get off the subject of Star Wars, but you get that same play on Indiana Jones when he's in there and he's just literally getting lucky on some things all the time.
Well, the coolest fan theory is Indiana Jones is just Han's dreams in carbonite.
That's awesome.
Wow.
You've never heard that before?
There was a cool comic where
exactly.
Indiana Jones found the Falcon.
Yes.
Right? And Chewie was watching him from a tree. That was old.
That was a great spin-off.
Is that who Indiana Jones is? Just
and
Han
E.T.'s a Jedi. Okay.
What?
No, well, we saw E.T. in number.
That's what I'm saying. Is E.T. is canon because it's in the movies.
Is canon.
E.T. went to where? Earth. Star Wars is taking place in our galaxy. We're just waiting for him to come out. We're in the outer rim.
It was just a long time ago.
We're in the unknown regions.
We're in the unknown regions.
Shit.
And
This is
then
the
E.T.
evil
comes
power
to
that he
Earth.
sensed.
And then E.T.'s dressed up for Halloween, passes a Yoda in the street, gives him a head nod.
It's canon, man.
And he was using the Force to make his little contraption to call down the. Wow.
E.T.'s a Jedi. Confirmed.
Wow.
Bike fly.
He made the bike fly.
Was this even a question?
No,
this
I
is
think
just
it was more of a reiteration.
No, but
E.T. was a Jedi?
this line talk is gone.
This was
I
canon
was
before it
saying
was canon.
maybe Sith, but Jedi.
Wow.
You know what? Why don't we have a figure?
Wow.
Was there ever a figure made?
Oh my God.
You know what?
No,
I
for
had
Star
a
Wars of
probably a
E.T.
bootleg
Yeah.
figure.
No.
Why the hell isn't there?
There wasn't one. It would have came
Wow.
in that one. There was talk about it,
There was
but
talk.
licensing-wise, they couldn't. They wanted to put it in the figure 3-pack that came with the floating things that they were
As
in.
the senators from their
Correct.
from their
Right, yeah, but
Oh.
licensing-wise, they couldn't do it.
That would have been phenomenal. Why the hell?
But hey,
Can I go back? Remember when I called you the other day and I was actually watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Yes.
And he's actually standing on there, and boy, I'm brain farting the little kid.
Short round.
Short round.
Yeah.
Short round comes up to him and he's telling him, says, "Hey, we got to go because they're at Bangkok." Okay. Well, in the background you can see a shooting star, and I called Mucha. Says, "You know what that is? That's a Millennium Falcon."
Oh yeah, he did. He made me second guess myself.
The bar that it
Club
starts out
Obi-
in is Club Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
As he jumps out the window, it says Club Obi-Wan.
And there's
which
R2-D2
goes on
and
to
C-3PO hieroglyphics.
which goes to fans' theories of this is just him asleep in
I
carbonite.
want to say that's a good. Let's just put it in canon. Let's just make it canon.
Yeah.
That's it's done.
Yeah, for
'Cause
real.
I'm with that.
It is.
Yeah. No, that's such a good tie. Yeah, Mike had me going, man. I was like, okay, I got to go home and watch this, man.
No, because I mean, I was just going back and I was just watching 80s movies and that came up, but I was just like, so when you're tying Han to Indiana Jones and those two characters, I mean, you really want those things to happen. And I never heard that thing about him being in the carbonite dreaming
That'd
about
be cool.
being Indiana
That'd
Jones.
Be so cool. Yeah, it totally fit because again, that whole luck thing, it'd be like it's the same character, just in different time, different world. That's awesome.
That was line talk.
That's line
it
talk
is.
for you guys. That is definitely line talk. So, you know what? Let's get into the toys. If there's anything worth talking about on the toys, Ernie.
Just real quick before we end it, all we had was we had a reveal from some Lego sets that came out already for Episode 8. They showed some new vehicles that are coming out. They showed. Do you guys want it spoiled? Yes or no?
I mean,
Okay, so
It's
the
not
big
a plot point.
okay.
the biggest one is Snoke. The theory, well, the rumor was confirmed because he's in all gold.
Right.
He looks like Austin Powers Gold member.
Right.
So the only thing is, it is the same size figure as the rest.
Right.
I know everybody was asking, is he taller? Is he bigger? It was the same size figure.
I was sure he was going to be miniature. I was sure.
What got deleted was the stories and like something that was in the paper that added to it. And supposedly, Snoke has a bunch of black BB-8s running around. And they're like called BB-9 something or other.
And there was one on the box.
He has a bunch, correct? Right.
Cool.
But he has like a bunch of them.
They could be anti-BB-8s. They're gonna have like instead of like helpful doodads, he's gonna have like knives and.
I'm kind of a little mad at that though, because BB-8 was a great new character. That we got. I understand there's a bunch of R2D2s, but this was new to
BB-8
us.
is supposed to be the new astromech, right? Did that version because he says it.
He fits in the X-wing perfectly.
But the only thing that's wrong is BB-8's the only one that we saw in 7.
Sure.
If
and
I
we
saw
were on
another
the
one,
Starkiller base, I mean, we saw a lot.
If I saw another one roll by with different colors, it would have been okay.
Yeah, but they knew what it was because he said he's in a BB-8 or a BB unit.
BB unit.
They knew it's not. He's the only BB unit.
Right. I'm just saying though. Then we should have saw more.
Yeah,
if we're
going
to see a bunch with Snoke and
we
he's
should have saw
black,
him on Starkiller base at least.
Exactly,
running around,
just rolling in the background, green,
if
red.
If they're the new
whatever.
astromech droid, I mean, come on, that's they're everywhere.
Do we need to look closer now?
Okay, take K2SO.
Maybe.
This also leads into a toy thing. K2SO, we saw more K2SOs on there.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was justifiable.
And mouse droids, all over
exactly.
the place, yeah.
As far as toy release goes, in the new waves of the Black Series, for some reason, nobody knows why, the K2SOs have red eyes. Right dead in the center.
Really?
It looks stupid as hell. I don't know why it's there.
Yeah, because none of them.
But it's definitely there. Right. Yeah. It's just a red eye.
Did they screwed up?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like there's anything coming out from Rogue One. It's not like,
right.
You know.
Right. No, there's no evil K2. Even the ones that were walking opposite of our
like
K2SO, they were identical. And I've customized a few of myself, and every photo reference I found all have gold eyes.
Yeah, so I don't know
white eyes,
why they came with red eyes. It's a red dot, like a pupil.
Variant. There's a variant for
it.
you.
It is, but it's a weird one because it has no...
Doesn't exist.
Why? Exactly.
That's like the half circle.
The half circle Boba Fett.
Half circle Boba Fett hands. There you go. So also what got released is in the new cases we got Qui-Gon Jinn, we got Lando Calrissian
in the Black Series, right?
Yeah. Tusken Raiders and Imperial Guards.
Yeah.
All very hard to come by right now.
Yeah, of course.
And especially with our stores who just have a shit ton of Rogue One characters, I don't know if we're ever going to see those. So if it's the same place where you guys live, try and order a case online and just try and sell off the extras.
I saw them for Amazon for $21.99 last night.
Oh, you should have jumped on it then because they keep going.
Yeah, I
up
saw,
and down.
and they went
hard.
from 25 to 21. So I don't know if that was just
they keep going over the place.
Yeah, they're all
and
over
then
the place.
The 40th anniversary set 2 is out there. It's Chewbacca, 3PO, Tusken Raider, Stormtrooper, 2 Jawas, and 2 Death Star Troopers. That's
cool.
what you get.
And that's
case.
in the backing, the 40th anniversary backing. Yeah, nice.
That will complete your set if you got a Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And here at the Sarlacc Digest, happy birthday, Darth Moocher.
Thank you. Thank
we
you very
got
much.
you the 40th anniversary set.
Yes.
So now you need to go get the other.
You know, you guys started me, and I guess I bursted my cherry today.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh boy.
As long as you don't open it, you'll be fine.
I feel like I need a shower. That was dirty.
Yeah.
The look you gave. I just
Yeah.
No,
Sorry,
we're
sorry
just
I
thankful
looked
John,
you dead in the eye,
We're
Chris,
just
when I
thankful
said that.
John's not here. Force goes John because Mike would have really got dirty with that one.
John, what?
Mike's jizz on.
Who's not here, Mike?
Who's not here today,
Who's
Mike?
not here, Mike?
Jizon.
Yeah, we almost didn't even record a show today.
Yeah, that was hard to get through. That was really hard to recover.
So that was it.
Okay.
and
Hey, how
another-
about did you see those Funkos I sent you?
Yes,
All those
I
new-
was going to get into that.
Oh, sorry, Clone Commander Cody, dude. I've been waiting for
Nice.
Cody.
Oh my God!
Holding
that's
the
gonna be
Emperor,
Walgreens.
holding the hologram for Order 66.
That's what I
Nice,
wanted,
nice.
and I've
That's
heard
bad.
the Emperor is detailed as hell.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Yes,
Cool.
he
Oh,
has the
cool.
wrinkle face. It's another pop face on the mini hologram.
Awesome.
That's going to be cool. fuck you, scalpers. Hopefully, we can find it at our Walgreens.
Is that exclusive, right? Walgreens.
That's a Walgreens
That's what I'm
exclusive.
saying. I barely found a Mace the
Oh.
other day, and even the box was.
And then the San Diego Comic-Con, the Comic-Con exclusive.
God.
oh,
Forget
those
it.
got
You're
dropped.
never gonna find Snoke. That's gonna cost $100 solid the day it comes out at
No,
least.
and he's
you
in
know?
his throne, and he's
Oh.
clear. They go for such a high price.
And the R2. Okay, now the thing that ticked me off though was the R2 with Leia, because that should have been in the bounty hunter, the smuggler's bounty box.
Okay.
Yeah, not
The 40th
because these
anniversary.
Comic Cons went. No, okay. Now think though, there are some that will be available at retail that day, but it's just going to be just as hard to get.
Right.
You have your Hot Topic. You have your what else? Who else will have it? Barnes and Noble. It all depends on who's going to get what.
Yeah.
You know, and that's going to be the hard thing. They haven't released that yet
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes they don't. It's going to be only at Comic-Con and that's it.
Yeah.
And if you want one, then you're going to have to pay your $200,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
so ridiculous. So we have that. The only other thing pop-wise is we got a reveal of the next Smuggler's Bounty Box, and it has to do with droids. Cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. 1, 2, 3. We get naked C-3PO. Built by Little Orphan Anakin.
Nice.
Little orphan.
Little orphan Anakin. Nice.
Bless him.
So-
Yeah, it's badass. That's a badass.
That's
pop.
a cool one. That's
So
really
speculation,
cool.
we
Yeah.
always get two. Let's hit it up. Who do you think the other one's going to be if we're getting into droids?
You got me. Here's the deal. Oh, it's droids. Shit. I got nothing. Come back.
Gojo, who is it going to be?
For a droid,
The next one. We usually get two.
maybe a gonk droid.
Oh,
Do they have a
That would
gonk
be-
droid?
No, they don't.
What's the FX7, the other medic droid? Not 2-1B, FX7. Did they have one of those yet?
No,
No, FX7, the one with all the like
EV99 's
hundreds
the
of
torturers.
legs.
Yeah.
Do they
I
have
think
a pop
that
yet?
no.
EV9.
Sometimes you got to go simple.
Let's do EV9.
EV99.
Hell yeah.
I'm ready.
Mike,
A battle
who do you
droid.
think?
We have no battle droid.
Really?
There's not a
nothing.
bad droid.
And this is
No
the
9, no.
and this is the episode 1 pop here, right?
True.
It's
There you
episode
go.
1 pop. Let's bring something
That's what
from
I
the
was going
droid.
for. You know, I was going to
Okay.
go for. That is good if we do finally get a battle droid.
Yeah.
I was thinking the ones who play like the Three Stooges, the one that he taps on the head. If we're going with the Anakin theme,
Oh,
You mean
the
the
pit
pit droids?
the pit droids.
Okay.
Maybe we get one of
Yeah.
those.
You get a pit droid. They're tiny. You should get like 3 of them.
Yeah, like
That'd
don't
be
stack
cool.
on
Standing
each
on
other.
something.
If
a
we
box.
get the three
That'd be
who were
cool.
like supposed to be
Yeah.
like the Three Stooges,
They were sitting on standing on the boxes.
Yeah.
on the-
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
stand.
yeah, yeah.
That would be rad.
cool. So that's about it, guys. Just that's
Cool on the
it.
toys, huh?
As far as the Lego reveals, it just gave us names.
Okay.
Poe is getting a promotion, so to say. I'll just give it
okay.
that way.
All right.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Cool.
spoil anything else.
Well, okay, so I know that we haven't even touched on video games ever in our podcast, but I'm just going to say E3 is going on this weekend. Battlefront 2 is on the forefront, so maybe next week we'll have a lot more for Battlefront 2, and I'm excited for that. So I'll just leave it there for you guys to kind of marinate and think about, and then check out E3's going on this weekend and stuff. So, of course, we're going to have our Sarlacc Digest tournaments and everything, but and I'll win all the time, by the way. So, oh yeah, I'm getting the finger here. So, okay, we're gonna wrap it up, guys, and
Fanboy's getting touchy. Leia's
thank
going
you.
dark. Just leave
Yeah.
it there.
Thanks again, and fanboy Mike, Mr. Fives himself, is gonna tell you guys everywhere where you can find us.
Well, listen, you guys got a raw edition of what Line Talk really is, and so we appreciate you guys listening. If you guys want to like and follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, follow bootleg Joe 760 for your fig pictures, and the Fallen Fett plus Toy Migos for all fig types. Check out the Raw Live Unedited Network on rawlivepod.com. And if you guys need book reviews, check out DarthDad77 on Facebook, and our email address, sarlaccdigest@hotmail.com. Leave us comments, leave us some stuff that you guys want us to shout you out on, and we appreciate you guys listening.
And also follow us on Instagram. Did you put the Instagram?
I thought I did. Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, cool. Because we're always putting up kind of cool, exciting things there daily.
Yeah, pretty cool.
The Sarlacc Digest is in no way affiliated with Lucasfilm or Disney. We talk Star Wars, we live Star Wars, we breathe Star Wars. But the trademarks are properties of the respective owners, etc., etc. So, you lose! Good day, sir! I said good day!